We're going to have Juyhou taking on Broccoli and Sensar here in the round of 81. And guys, they are going to be on Hamburger. And we'll just give Capture Age a moment here to kick in. There she goes. And we're off here at Wrang of Fire. You're tuning in on YouTube and you're confused why I'm a crab. Welcome, my name's Wrang. And don't worry about it. In gray in the west, we've got Sensar playing as the Gurjaras. In pink in the north, we have Juyhou playing as the Turks. And in the southeast, we have Broccoli, of course, in green, playing as the Koreans. Koreans? Okay, so that's going to be obviously war wagons, right? Broccoli on a hamburger? Never tried, but why not? That's great. That's great. Turtle ships also, yeah. Options there for sure for the Korean player. If they get to them. It can be tough to get to that on Hamburger. Or on Hamburger. So on this map, you get this wood line in the middle that separates the players and splits the map up into 3. In this case, it looks like Sensar got a bit of the short end of the stick with a smaller base. That's kind of an advantage and a disadvantage in that it's much easier to like wall in and get a protected little area, but then also like you just have less real estate. Like your eco is more condensed and easier to manage, but also you just have less space. So it can force a player to be more aggressive. Juyhou's base is big and fat with the berries, and while the gold's a little exposed to the water, I wonder if a galley could range that. Green is nice and safe though. Mur would be kind of good. There's a lot of this is unique because one important aspect of this tournament, not only the ungarrisonable kings, but the fact that the kings can't be garrisoned into transport ships on this particular map is of great consequence, as that can alter the strategy of the game pretty much. Like that, like first it messes with the strategy in general, but then the fact that you're on this enclosed island, this is almost like a different Socotra. So I was when I was planning the tournament, I was thinking, man, I really want a map that's basically like inside Outra. So it would basically be this map, but without any water at all. You would start with 1 villager on the outside and 2 villagers on the inside with your king. That was my plan. So everybody starts with 1 vill on the outside and 2 vills on the inside. That's what I was thinking about doing. And then there's an impassable wall that it's separating the inside and the outside. That was one of the maps that I was planning on making a script for and testing. Did not end up happening. Making a script for running as making the map. Random map scripting. That's what RMS stands for, right? But yeah, that was a map that I was planning on either having commissioned or making myself. We didn't get to it. Broccoli is whacking Sensar's palisades. Each player usually will go and wall off their 2 sides. So green didn't do that. Green walled off this side and then sent the scout to the other side. Gray has this side off. Gray has this side walled off. So Juyhou did not wall either side off. Defend him. Scouting around with the king. Replace the trees in the middle with a cliff. You can't do that because then the players need to be able to get to each other's king. I guess then they have to transport. That'd be interesting. So it's literally like impassable. Did throw houseboat in the mix. We were going to have last year. I was thinking about having team moats because we had team moats in the map pool last year, but it just wasn't. It wasn't enough of anything. It might be more. It might have been more fun this year. Is houseboat the one where you have to transport the? You have to transport out of the town center. I don't remember which one houseboat is. Yes. Okay. Yeah, but you couldn't do. How would you do that on this map with a king? You start with the king on the inside. It would just be stuck in your town center. So it's basically just like, what's that? The mode where you Mode where if you lose your starting TC, you lose. Retrofly has turned me back into a crab. Thank you very much for the sub, Retrofly.
Retrofly just drank the Wrang juice.
It's so damn loud. I'm gonna turn it down for today. But thank you very much, Retrofly. Have an explosion. An explosion. That's good. Good. Pink is gonna wall off that section of their map. Make King spawn outside or spawn above, but once you unload, you can't go back. We'll have to see. We'll have more of a lead up for the next iteration of this tournament, and we'll have like a map scripting contest leading into it, and that way we can see some of the community's ideas for maps for this mode, and I think that would be lots of fun. I think this mode in particular would be fun to design maps for. Like, there's a lot of tournaments that run, and it's just another, how do you make 1v1 interesting? And just, there's very, very little maps that are structured around specifically a 1 versus 1 versus 1. So I think there's a lot of potential there for map making. So next tournament, we'll do that. That'll be fun. I'm sure there's community interest there. Juyhou ist zur Futelzeit voranschritten. I think this is Broccoli's wreck. I think Socotra and Hamburger are the most aggressive ones this Wrang of Fire. Can't run, can't hide. Hamburger's pretty great. Not being able to put the king on a transport ship leaves them stuck on this inside island, right? And with the amount of limited space that, like, Sensar has, it forces Sensar to be aggressive, right? Like, Sensar is going to have to fast castle, and then either castle drop for defense or, like, be, like, defense aggressive. Castle drop the wood line and, like, make some units and pressure someone. And I wonder if we'll see gray and purple attack each other. A lot of times when we have two high elo players in one game, what ends up happening is the two high elo players will attack each other and the low elo will sit back. So we're gonna keep our eye on Broccoli here. Let's go over the chat. We missed some chat. Broccoli says, so any secret strats? Juyhou says, sadly, no. That's not good. How do you turn this on? Says Sensar. What MM are you guys again? Juyhou says 800. I wonder why. Why is it doing that? Yo, what does a mod want to put into sticky notes in Discord? Figure out why the what do I even call this? The tadums. What do I call it? The rim shot. Figure out why the rim shot is messing up the Windows volume. Something like that. Investigate rim shot volume issue. Sounds kinky. Broccoli, don't kink shame. Fire galleys from Juyhou are pressuring Sensar. We have 2 inside here. Is Juyhou adding more? Well, we have 4 total. Water control, you know, is pretty nice to have on a map that splits your inside and outside eco potentially with water. And Sensar is grabbing up a bunch of it. Or pardon me, Juyhou is grabbing up a bunch of it with Sensar coming out with half of the fire ships to try and defend. That's not going to work, even with repairs, I don't think. You could try and tank with the fishing ships, maybe. What's Broccoli up to? Broccoli's up to Castle Age now. Juyhou up to Castle Age. Juyhou at 34 vills. Broccoli at 30. And Sensar, that early Castle Age time. I feel like he's not gotten a ton of value out of it, to be honest. He's making some Shravamshas. I don't know where he's going to send them, though. Gray is walled, so he'd have to delete his walls to send anything. He could transport, though. And I wonder if we'll see a transport. Yeah, we will. A transport from Gray. Juyhou is a transport as well in the queue. And we saw some daring, dashing attempts at transport snipes one of the previous Hamburger games, but nothing this early. In fact, the king was sniped from a transport. From a transport into a cavalry archer drop. So it could simply be, it might be this simple. It could be this simple as Juyhou has a king snipe loaded up in this transport ship. And does everybody have transports? This could just also be to explore the outside. Green making a transport. Everybody's making transports. There's a demo. Pink hits Castle Age. Is grabbing the War Galley upgrade. Demos for Gray. Pink has, what is that? 6 fire ships, pardon me. Gray with just 1 dock. You don't do additional scouts just for the outside. No, that's right, Lori. This has one purpose. Gray can see it coming, though. Gray has an outpost. So he'll know about, like, a transport sneak. Has a Vil, like, I think, sitting, waiting, ready to do, like, some quick walls. King is currently under the town center. Demos out from Gray. As the light cav came in, I knew this was what the plan was, which was dived with the light cav the same time that the water attack happens. Gray's got to be careful. The king's right here. There's no army to defend it. Now, the king is slower than the light cav at this stage, but not by much. And the king is on the move. Taking hits from the light cav. Where's Gray's transport? Gray's transport's empty. King's in danger. Camels need to kill these light cav or the king's gonna die. King needs to stay under the TC. Problem is, every time you turn, that's when the light cav will get you. Couple hits away. King's gonna go down to these light cav guys. A crazy snipe from Juyhou to take the fellow 2K out. And now it's Juyhou versus Broccoli.
Yes. Another one.
That was a sick snipe from Juyhou. That was just like pure technique. Broccoli, I thought he dropped. That was just your jar of camels didn't do as well as you. I don't think Sensar can be heard once you're out of the game. I don't think they can hear you. Yeah, they can hear you once you're out of the game. Your jar of camels didn't do as well as you hoped. Broccoli, well, I'm. That was a hell of a play from Juyhou. We did see up on Socotra one of the 2Ks go for the other one in exactly the same situation, but their attempt failed and basically cost them the game as a result. And we also, wait, Juyhou tried that on, was it Eruption? Juyhou tried a Khmer, like, cavalry archer snipe. It was like a fast castle into Khmer cavalry archers, right? Am I misremembering Juyhou? You tried something like this your first time around. You tried a crazy snipe the first time around. I know I'm not misremembering. Or am I? I'm pretty sure I remember that. Let's hope the war wagons do the job. He's got, what is that, 5, 6 of them banked up here? King is out of position. We have to get them there. We have a transport ready. He made cavalry archers in the mid. That's okay, so I'm not nuts on Eruption. I wonder if Juyhou should just do the exact same thing right now. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Just send it this way, too. He'll never expect it. Green won't expect an attack from purple from the left. He's going to expect it coming from this direction. If you're gray, you try to put your king into gray's base now. Or if you're purple, you put it into gray's base. I see what you're saying. You think hide it over here because you don't think Broccoli will go look for it, right? What if Broccoli thinks the same thing? Thinks, oh, I'll go hide in Gray's base where Pink's not expecting me. Nah, I want to keep my king close to my chest here. All right. Juyhou is going to come around this side with the light cav. Broccoli, you're in trouble. We're going to have like a double king snipe attempt here. The timing of this is crazy. It's like both players know. Does Broccoli have an outpost down? He does have an outpost down here. So he might see this. I gotta be careful not to micro into or patrol into the wall there. Broccoli might see that. Might be focused on his war wagons though. And this is about to get messy. Because if Broccoli dives with the war wagons at the same time that the light cav die, Broccoli picks up on this. He saw the purple on his minimap, and the light cav are coming in. And here we go, both players diving at the same time. Juyhou is searching for that king. There's only 2 of these left. He can't seem to find the king. King is hidden under the town center. The war wagons dive in. What? Whoa! Broccoli with the war wagon king snipe. Both players going for each other. And the king is dancing, it's diving, it's ducking, it's dodging. But it goes down. Broccoli's through to the round of 27. What? I'm only seeing now that the round of 81 should have been a best of 4 set. Wow. I'm mystified right now. Broccoli literally just went for it and it just worked. Like I made a bunch of war wagon. I made enough to dive like a bunch of castles and snipe a king and sent them in. And I think both Juyhou and Broccoli are playing this tournament the right way. And on a long enough scale, I think this would win. GG, well played. Another hamburger game won by the lowest elo. Hamburger is a death sentence for the high elos, it looks like. I think I don't want to be... I think being matched up against another... It's such a bad... Your choices as a 2K are so terrible. You're either up against another 2K, like another high elo player, or you're up against 2 lower elo players that are going to 2v1 you. There's no good options. I think I would take the 2v1 versus the low elo, because then at least you know exactly what's going to happen. And if your opponents don't stick to a very strict strategy, then they're going to just be Juyhou though. Tried to save the king, but couldn't. That was pretty crazy. Broccoli saw that Juyhou sniped Sensar's king and immediately prepped those war wagons to send. That was great. Let's go over the 2 king snipes. This one was pretty good. This is actually a great plan here from Juyhou. See, so Juyhou kept this transport back here. Like, at this point, Sensar already knows that this is on the way. Probably figures it's just going to be a feudal battle over water, or like a Castle Age, like, typical, like, hybrid map battle. Then, bam, the light cav come in and drop. What? Why? Why? What are these doing here? Why are these on the outside? What are they doing? Why? I don't understand. Where's Sensar? Someone bring me Sensar and explain why these are out here, please. I was just reviewing the king snipe, and now I'm seeing that Sensar sent Travamshas to the outside for some... I think Sensar maybe was banking on his opponents having expanded to the outside and was going to go and try and like prevent that. Maybe prevent a TC drop on the outside. Because look at the timing of where the shawarmas are versus when Juyhou is dropping the town centers. Yeah, Sensar was trying to expand eco, was trying to prevent eco expansion to the outside. I understand now. I understand the purpose of the shawarmas. They're not crazy. But if he had transported them into Juyhou's base, he also probably would have won. Because he had a fast castle. You guys remember Sensar had a fast castle. I feel like this is a bit of a misplay. Your play should be to get to Castle H as quickly as possible. Make your king sniping unit. Hopefully it has some sort of range, and then go and try and then make an attempt to snipe your king while you eco behind that. And you can make 2 attempts, one at each of your opponents as you boom up behind. And you make like 3 cavalry archers and send it to one player and try and run in, but before they get to like that's what I would do. I would Khmer FC. This if I was in this tournament, what I would do, guys, is I would Khmer FC, and then I would make cavalry archers, which is what Juyhou did the previous game, right? But I would Khmer FC, and then I would make cavalry archers. And then I would send like half of them to each of my opponent's base as quickly as possible before they're up. And then I would try and snipe their king. And while I'm doing that, I would make I would only make like 6 of these cavalry archers. While I'm doing that, I would try and just boom up after that and be like, okay, I've suppressed both my opponents. They're both going to be in a defensive mindset of trying to prevent their kings from getting sniped. They're not going to come and bother me in my eco. I can just boom up like crazy, get my walls up and everything else, and then make a more serious attempt at king sniping if the little early one doesn't work. I feel like that's the way to go. Isn't Khmer FC your answer to everything? Shut up, Izazich. Fair enough. GG, well played, and Broccoli on to the round of 81. We'll keep things moving here.